French tip, competition white, Swedish white, ideal white? Are you confused about when to use which white and for what? Well, in that case, you better not go anywhere. What's up guys, and welcome back to another video here sponsored by Elegance. My name is Celina. I am an international educator and have been doing nails since 2005. In this video, we are going to dig into the world of the Elegance whites. Because you know what? We do got a lot of them, but there's a reason for that. In this video, I will go over all the whites, the viscosities, the shades, everything you need to know, when to use what and how and where. So if you are excited about this video, please give this a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's just dive right into it, shall we? Welcome to the family of Elegance whites. There are a lot of different reasons why there are so many whites in the Lexi line. But the short answer is that Elegance is all about the nail tech, and nail techs have been requesting different colors and viscosities based on how they work in their own preferences. Elegance is not about telling you what to use. They listen and they create the products that you need. Going from the whitest whites to the most off whites, we got Swedish white, ideal white, competition white, perfect white, French tip, natural tip, and natural fiber. And they all get different traits, viscosities, and backstories. So let's start with Swedish white. A white that was created because the Swedish nail techs requested a Tippex white. For those of you who know, you know. But basically the whitest white that could possibly be created. It is super highly pigmented, has a low viscosity, and is self-leveling. This white works best for semi-reverse French or paint-on French, which I will show you later on in this video. Because it is so highly pigmented, you want to apply it in super thin layers to make sure that it will cure properly. Competition white was created when the Elegance nail tech started to venture out into the competition arena. We wanted a white that you could apply in thick layers and that would stay in place to create that perfect French reverse. This is a builder gel, hence it has a high viscosity, is highly pigmented, and has a slight blue undertone. It is not self-leveling, and you have to be careful not to apply it too thick as it can be a little bit tricky to cure sometimes. So rather apply it in 2 medium thick layers and double cure each layer. This white is great to use for reverse French and also for 3D nail art. Ideal white is like the competition white 2.0. It's the newest member of the whites and has more of the features that we were missing from the competition white. It has a very special viscosity. It's like a builder gel white, but it's also self-leveling, but at the same time, it doesn't go anywhere. It is a highly pigmented, crisp white with no color tint. It's easy to cure and works like a dream for French reverse. Can you tell that this is my personal favorite? You can maybe do a little bit of 3D art with this, but I do recommend competition white for that. Perfect white has always been a popular choice when it comes to French. This is considered to be a color gel, like for example black tie or rosé posy, which means that it's a low viscosity gel and self-leveling. It has a good coverage and can also be used to cover a full nail. I recommend this for the SemiReverse technique, and it has to be applied in 2 fairly thin layers. This is to make sure that it will fully cure, but also to get a crisper French line, which I will show you later on in this video. Now we're starting to get into the milkier part of the whites. French tip is a builder gel, which means that it's a high viscosity gel, non-self-leveling, and has a milky tone. This white also works for the semi-reverse to get a softer French look, but it's mostly famous for being the perfect Babyboomer white because of the viscosity, which allows you to file into it, and just how easy it is to fade. Natural tip is the off-white version of French tip. The exact same viscosities and features, just a different tone in the whites. This can also be used to do short extensions with, or if you need to fix a broken corner of the nail, for example. You can also get a softer look for the Babyboomer, which I will also show you later on in this video. Natural fiber is a very special gel, not just because of its fantastic features, but also because I was part of creating this. I loved the shade of French tip for extensions, as they look exactly like a natural nail when extended, but I loved working with a clear fiber gel to make long extensions. So I asked Jim, the chemist for Light Elegance, if it would be possible to combine the fiber gel with the natural tip shade. And so a couple of poofs and stirs and other lab sounds later, he gave me this. I tried it out and it was love at first sight. And a couple of months later, it was finally available to everyone. As you might can tell by the name, natural fiber contains small fiberglass pieces, which allows you to create long and flexible extensions. And no, the fiberglass is not dangerous when you file the gel off, as the gel has encapsulated the fiber pieces. The viscosity is medium-low, but doesn't run, and can also be used to fix broken corners. If you got a crack going through the natural nail, the natural fiber kind of works like a band-aid and keeps it in place. I personally like to base with natural fiber as well. So let's move on to the tutorial part of this video. I will start off by showing you how to create the reverse French technique using the ideal white and competition white. If you want to see a more detailed tutorial on this technique, I have listed that video in the description box below, or just click on the I button at the top right corner of this video. Here I'm actually using the Ideal Pink Builder to create the nail bed extension, and yep, it's the perfect match for the Ideal White. And after curing, filing that smile line. As you can see here, the Ideal White is really smooth and easy to work with. It doesn't run, but it's still self-leveling, which will save you a lot of time when it comes to the shaping part. Here I am starting off with that first semi-thick layer before curing and then adding the second one. The competition white is nice because it doesn't run anywhere, but can be a little bit tricky to work with if you want a smooth surface. As mentioned, I now love the competition white for 3D art, and I use the Ideal White for my reverse French. So here I'm starting to apply that second layer and making sure that I'm meeting up with the pink that we have applied. So we got a nice shape when you look at the nail from the side. And I would say regardless if it's Ideal White or competition white, I always recommend to double cure your layers, especially if you're doing them as thick as this. So here's a clear view for you what it looks like after curing. So you can see that the competition white has a structure to the surface and that the Ideal White is a little bit more smooth. And this is where the magic happens. It is always fun to watch the client's face when you are doing this. And it is pretty satisfying to watch as well. I am using the Lexi file, mostly the 180 side. And as mentioned, if you want to see a more detailed tutorial on this and also the semi-reverse technique, make sure to check out the video that I got listed in the description box, or just click on the info button at the top right corner. And here you got the final result after filing. As you can see, there's not really much of a difference when you look at it. The competition white has a blue tint, but you can barely see it here. Moving on to the semi-reverse technique using Swedish white and perfect white. This is where you create the nail bed extension, cure, and then apply the white and use a smile line brush to perfect a smile rather than filing the smile line for the reverse French. This technique is a little bit faster and maybe the preferred technique amongst those clients who want more of a natural look in their French, and not only because the smile line doesn't get as crisp, but also because we're going to cover the entire nail with a clear, which will push down the white effect a little bit. This is also the paint on technique, but instead of applying the white under the building gel and encapsulating it as we do here, you finish your nail completely and then paint the French on top of the nail. This can also be done with the white gel paint and the Just White buttercream. Just remember to apply 2 thin layers to avoid being left with uncured product, but also to get a crisper smile line. Here I'm going in with 1 step to build up the entire nail. You can of course use any clear gel that you like. I would maybe stay away from the builder gel since it's a little bit foggy, but you can use 1 step, cool gel, extreme, and yeah, that's pretty much it. If, however, you want to add a little bit more color to this, you can, for example, use Pink Extreme, which is a clear gel with a tint of pink in it, or you can go in with, for example, Soft Pink or Baby Pink to create a really nice, soft-looking French. And as mentioned, if you want a more detailed tutorial on this technique, it is the same video for the other one that's listed, so you got that in the description box below. Here you got the final look after filing. And this is the final look with some nice super shiny on top of it. And remember, because we did apply that clear gel on top of the Swedish white and perfect white, it will mute the white effect a little bit. So it would have been a little bit more crisp if you do the paint on technique. There are a million ways of making a Babyboomer nail, but here's probably one of the fastest ways. I prepared the nail with a cover paint just to make it resemble a natural nail a little bit more. Here we are using the French tip and the natural tip just so that you can see the difference in the results. The thing that makes these 2 gels perfect for Babyboomers is that they are builder gels, which means that you can apply them thick and file into them. You can't do that with perfect white or Swedish white. You can file into ideal white and competition white, but they are really difficult to fade as they're just too pigmented. Going in with a personal favorite, the Soft Pink Extreme, and if you want to do this on top of the French with the semi-reverse, this is the exact same technique. So you just place the pink on top of the French and then you will get a really soft, pretty looking French. Going in with my 100/180 file and shaping. As mentioned, this would not have worked with any type of color gel. You want to do this with a builder gel, and that's why the French tip and natural tip are so perfect for this technique. And here's the finished result. One is a little bit more crisp white, one is a little bit more natural white. I have seen people using the natural fiber as the white part of the nail. I haven't tried it out, but if you only got the natural fiber at home, you don't have the natural tip, you can definitely try it out. And here you have the result with some super shiny on top. And here you got all the different shades next to each other. Let me know in the comments section which shade you like the best, or maybe you already have a favorite. And there you have it. Hopefully this makes a little bit more sense to you now. Don't forget to follow Light Elegance YouTube channel for more tips, tricks, and product presentations. If you are not subscribed to me yet, then what are you doing? So go ahead and do that right now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!